Hi, everybody. Welcome back to ISC West 2022. Chuck Harold, SecurityGuideTV.com at the radsecurity.com booth. My next guest, Mr. Sam Joseph. He's the founder and CEO of Hakimo AI. Make sure you get that right, .ai. And they're at booth 24118. Mr. Sam, welcome to the show, my friend.
Yeah, thanks, Chuck, for having me.
Now, we're going to get into what you guys do with GSOCs, but first, you guys just won an award.
Yes, two awards.
2 awards. That's fantastic. Let's take a look at that.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to hold one up for you. You can help me tell what it is. All right, I'm going to get up on the camera right here. Take a look. That's very nice. Best in Commercial Monitoring Solutions. Very nice.
Yeah, that's the category award in the new product showcase, or the new products and solutions.
New product solution showcase.
That's
right.
That's the new name of the award.
All right, and here's the second one. I don't want to break it. I'm trying to be really careful. Right here. Look at that. It's kind of hard to see the glare of it. Very nice.
Yeah.
You must be very proud of that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, proud of the team, proud of our customers. Yeah.
Now tell us what you guys do.
Yeah, so we sell to corporate security teams having GSOCs, or Global Security Operations Centers, and we solve the top 2 problems in any enterprise GSOC. The first one is false alarms or nuisance alarms from door hardware. These are alarms like door forced open, door held open, alarms like that take up 80% of the time of a GSOC operator.
I was going to say, last I heard, about 65% of most alarms are false.
65
That's insane.
It's insane.
It's insane.
And the unfortunate fact is that when a real alarm comes up, because of all the alarm fatigue from clearing false alarms, operators tend to think that every alarm is false.
Right.
And it's like the boy who cried wolf scenario in real life.
It's fatigue and viewer fatigue, and people just ignore it. Yeah. And if it's 65% false, what's going on with that? Is it a managing data problem? Is it verifying data? What is causing it?
It's primarily faulty door hardware, like a faulty request to exit sensor, which is broken. So when you approach the door from a particular angle, it won't get triggered, and the door thinks the system thinks somebody has broken in. It could be a door bouncing off at a maglock with a wrong timeout. So in a broad sense, there are hardware issues as the number one cause. There are software timing issues, and there are, of course, human issues, like somebody going through an emergency exit when they shouldn't go through that.
Is data processing part of the problem? In other words, if I know that door goes off 25 times a day, it could be real once, right? But can we crunch that data differently to get a better result?
That's what we do. We use AI to crunch data across time. If there's an alarm from a particular door, every time someone walks out, it typically shows that this sensor is faulty, and now we can even generate an automated service now ticket for someone to go fix that door hardware.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's the other problem is change orders and work orders, and you get 5,000 of those, and guess what? The door never gets fixed.
One thing I typically say that we not only solve the symptom of the issue, which is the one false alarm that came up, we also solve the root cause, the faulty hardware that causes multiple alarms. And so we are a holistic solution to solve false alarms in GSOCs.
Now tell me how your AI software does this, why it's a little different. And I built a couple of GSOCs in my day, way back in the 90s. It wasn't like anything now, right? But, our solution for data overload was more guards sitting there watching stuff. Yeah. Guess what? It didn't really work.
Of course. And now with COVID, staffing shortages, hard to find guards.
You can't find them.
And throwing more humans at the problem was not the right solution to begin with. Now you cannot get guards to even do that. Even if you have infinite budget, you cannot do that.
It wasn't the right solution in the first place.
Yes.
But now we have options.
Yes.
So tell us how you guys handle it.
Yeah. So we combine access control and video and use AI on top. Let's say there's a door forced alarm from a particular door.
Right.
We look at the camera facing that door. Most doors have a camera facing them.
That's true.
Most high traffic doors. So we look at the video facing that door. The AI looks at the video, understands what's happening there. Did someone enter the door? Did someone exit the door? Was it the door bouncing off?
It's authentication.
Yeah, to some extent, yes.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We look for common false alarm patterns. Someone exiting the door or the door bouncing off.
Right.
If it falls into any of those categories, and if the door is closed, if no one entered, from a security perspective, it's totally fine. And so we resolve or acknowledge that alarm. We acknowledge that back in the original access control system as well. Like that's our version 2.0, which won the award.
So I'm an old investigator for way back. My brain is reeling right now. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to call Sam and say, Sam, I want you to write me some code that pulls out some patterns for me, so I can see if somebody's been casing the joint. Because in theory, if I knew what to write, I could say, this door goes off every Tuesday at 7 o'clock. It's because somebody's rattling it, maybe. There's something there could be a preventative crime component in that and analyzing the data.
Yes.
All alarms may be false, but that doesn't mean all alarms are irrelevant.
That's right. That's right. Some of them could be construction workers propping doors open.
Propping doors open, that's right.
It could be like someone going out to smoke by like putting a stone. Like these are all real things that we have seen.
We had that at the studios all the time. Nobody wanted to get locked out.
Yeah.
Doors were constantly propped open. Constantly, yeah. Very interesting.
Totally.
Now, what makes your software better or unique? There's a lot of stuff on the market. Everybody says AI. They throw it around
course,
like it's everybody knows about it, but it's an art form.
Yeah. So I was actually on a panel earlier on SIA Megatrends on AI. I was talking about this. AI is a very generic term. Unfortunately, people use it for every single thing.
They do, right.
But if you look at specifically, machine learning is the proper scientific term for most of the things in the security industry. You have tons of data.
Okay. So is machine learning the data that feeds the AI?
Oh, no. Machine learning is the technique. AI is a
technique.
Yeah.
Okay.
Machine learning is a technique where you show a lot of data to an algorithm, to a machine, and the machine learns from that.
Right.
And then when it sees new data that looks like what it has seen in the past, it does that correlation and says that, okay, I have seen 1,000 people exiting and all of them were false alarms. This looks exactly similar to that. So this is
so the machine learning is more important.
AI is an umbrella term to cover machine learning and other topics.
So I interrupted your answer. I'm sorry about this.
So this is a conversation.
Right. Yeah. So how do you differentiate yourself from other people on that?
Yeah. So there are companies there are a bunch of companies that do video alone, like detecting people, reading license plates, facial recognition, and so on. We do video and access control. We have full bidirectional integrations with Lenel On Guard, CQL 9000, Genetec Security Center, S2 networks. So we use video to solve specific problems associated with access control, like today. And our vision is to have more data points like that. Cybersecurity and convergence is a big thing there. Like today you're in Las Vegas. If you log into email, your cybersecurity logs will tell you that Chuck logged into email from Las Vegas here. Right. But if your badge is used today, say in New York today, right now, it will get logged in Lenel On Guard or the access control system that you use. But the two systems are completely separate.
Yeah, it just sits there. And guy could have stolen and gotten on a plane and went to New York, right?
Yeah. So something as trivial as this cannot be like correlated today and then point.
I could see this becoming a new standard where every door gets a camera.
Yes.
Not a fancy camera, maybe eye level, something, not hidden exactly, but nothing really overwhelming. And now it's really two-way authentication for a door. That's kind of what it is.
Yeah. In some sense, yes. We don't do facial recognition yet.
No, I know. But just the fact that somebody was there. If it goes off, that's a sensor. If somebody is there and it goes off, that's a policy I have to solve. Why is he there? Is he supposed to be there? Yeah.
We do unusual time of entry detection.
Exactly.
Like if somebody badges in between 8 a.m. plus or minus 2 hours, and if somebody badges in at 2 a.m., which is like 6 standard deviations away from...
Exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something...
Good stuff. Yeah. You're in the GSOC.
Yes.
But you know what? I could see this not being in the... If you don't have a GSOC, I could still see it being incorporated in an access control system.
So one thing that we do is for every entry at a door, we look for tailgating or piggybacking.
Right.
We literally have a customer where they don't have a GSOC, but they have the security director or somebody from the security team look at all the tailgating alarms that we generate every day, call them up one by one and tell them, hey, tailgating is not allowed. This is a security risk. And they're seeing a clear reduction in tailgating after doing this for a few weeks.
Sam Joseph, founder and CEO.
Thanks a lot, Chuck.
Hakimo.ai. I like the name.
Yes.
Hakimo. You're getting in there, getting those guys. I love it. Sounds good. Back in here to ISC West 2022. Make sure you visit the booth 24118.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on the show, my friend.